We have a responsibility to care, engage, learn about, advocate for the Indigenous people.
In the wake of the horrific discovery of the remains of 215 Indigenous children at a former residential school in Kamloops, the volunteer-run social justice group On Canada Project began curating information on how people can stand in solidarity with Indigenous people. And their Instagram post titled "Settlers Take Action" has now reached millions of Canadians.
We think that by sharing that information on Instagram, in a bite-sized conversational way, we can invite more people into that conversation and sort of be the change that we've all been waiting for.
In 10 slides, the post explains the residential school system and its traumatic impact on Indigenous people. It asks readers to understand reconciliation as more than just a government buzzword.
We, as people who live on this land, need to be active participants, both individually and collectively, towards reconciliation. And the point of that post was to invite people to stand in solidarity with Indigenous people. This is all our responsibility.
Samantha says since many of their volunteers are students, the post was informed by recommendations from Indigenous professors and experts in Indigenous studies. It focuses on actions people can take individually while also demanding change from the government.
It's not one giant Indigenous community. There's a lot of smaller ones. There's so many of them. They all have rich and unique cultures. Understand where you live and whose land that is. And then also understand the Truth and Reconciliation report. Sit through and read the 94 calls to action. What are the main ones that strike a chord in you? And then write an email to elected officials pointing those out, as well as telling them to take action on all 94.
The ultimate goal, Samantha says, is to bring Canadians of all stripes together as a collective voice of support for Indigenous communities and a collective force for change.
The most important thing that I hope people take from this is that they have an active role. If we fight in a divided way, we're going to be fighting to survive. But if we unite around these issues, we're going to be fighting to thrive. And that is what we need here.
To find out more about Settlers Take Action and download a printable version, you can go to oncanadaproject.ca or our website citynews.ca. For City News, I'm Dilshad Burman.